Hiya. I just wanted to say a few words about depression, the D word, the kind of dreaded D word that people maybe don't want to talk about very much in this world. But, and that's all right. It's not an easy thing to talk about. And it's not an easy thing to admit either. There's a lot of, I guess, stuff like depression, and I'm not trying to lump these together, but depression and anxiety do sort of go together. At least they have for me. And there's a lot of it out there in the world, and a lot of it goes unexpressed, or a lot of it just comes out in worry. And, I'm kind of thinking about social media here, how people express themselves. And I think like I'm basically all for acknowledging what's going on for us, acknowledging, when we're struggling, when things are difficult, because I kind of feel once I started talking about my own depression, it sort of had less of a hold on me. And I think I began to look at it in a more objective way, I suppose. And in that sense, it didn't have as much control over me. So, and when I say control, I mean when I started to go down the downward spiral of, self-loathing and self-judgment and judgment of others and all that stuff that kind of would hold on to me, or I would hold on to. Once I sort of start to get okay with the fact that this was happening to me in some way, I would kind of come back from it a bit more quickly. I'd see that that wasn't just reality. It wasn't that other people were bad, or, I was bad or not good enough. It was more like I was able to see it from outside a little bit. And that helped a lot. And so much of that was just being able to admit it, and in some sense to be with that idea that I struggle a bit, and I'm not just going to keep pushing and pushing until I break. And there's something about kindness in there, something about me being kind to myself and being able to admit that, admit weakness, you could say, vulnerability, this word that goes around. But actually, vulnerability is the fact that we are able, or have the ability to open up and, kind of take control in some sense of those things which often are controlling us emotionally. That doesn't feel like vulnerability to me. It feels like strength. But admitting it can make us feel vulnerable, but actually what we're doing there is making a choice, and a stronger choice, for our own happiness. And we don't have to feel vulnerable to be open, to talk to people, and to kind of put the depression, the thing that's holding us, sort of out there a little bit, rather than just holding on to it inside ourselves. And that's just really a few words I just wanted to say about it, because it kind of, it plays on my mind a bit, because I see other people struggle, and I see people suffering alone a lot, and I see people who are, working very hard and pushing themselves very hard, and perhaps holding it at bay, managing it in some way. And I personally feel so much happier for being able to be with it, and in some ways have it as part of my life, my identity, you could almost say. That's just part of who I am. And I'm not trying to kind of push through it and pretend anymore. So that's it, just sharing a few words really on that. So if that's interesting to you in any way, you know, I'm happy to like talk to people about this stuff and share more. Okay.